Hey, it's Sam of What Yacht to Do, and we are on our second week of cruising in the Netherlands. And our first week we spent with some friends. They each had boats, so 2 boats. We went through and visited a lot of places. So today is the first day for Rev and I to be out on our own, and we are planning to go, let's see, about 25 kilometers over to Haarlem, where we will get fuel and also get rid of the dirty water, as they call it. Dirty water is a combination of gray water and black water. People are starting to wake up here, and we will just have a great day out. It is a little bit cloudy, but we hear it's going to be a scorcher today, so we'll be looking at that, and hopefully we'll be into the marina, pumped out, fueled up, and ready to enjoy the town of Haarlem.
All Sam did was get off the T head there and back up into this area over by all these sailboats.
Clear?
Yep, you're all clear. That's what I'm looking at. Back is clear. This is a beautiful stay. Now, if you happen to rent a boat, you cannot come in this marina during the months of June and July. This is 2025, so I don't know if it'll change in the future, but they typically don't allow rent boats or hire boats here for those primo summer months. These homes right here with docks and boats right on the edge. The ferries go back and forth so often. It's not a long wait at all. Nothing's coming from this side, Sam.
Okay.
And we happen to be going over to the right-hand side, which is great. There's a giant barge going the opposite way, and then a barge right in front that we missed. So it's a good time to get out. So we took the ferry a few times across. We walked, but there were bikers going with us, and it's a constant back and forth. That's the train station. Beautiful architecture on the other side. There's a lot of beautiful architecture. There's a lot of old, a lot of new. It's just a happening place. So Vinkeveen, we were here for 3 nights and got refreshed. You know, there's something to be said for getting places. Get there fast and then you take it slow. I think that's the Beach Boys thing, but we certainly like to buy into that. That's why we get up early and get to places fast. Now this morning we're kind of dragging. We did do a load of laundry before we left. But do you see all those bikes coming for that ferry? So they go when they want to go and just honk the horn. We saw a sailboat narrowly missed yesterday because that ferry was ready to go. Ferry from the other side's coming. Looks like they're working 3 over here this morning. We're headed to Haarlem today. It's spelled nothing like Haarlem, New York. Yep, the bikers are still rolling on there, and there's a lot of people and bikes in the front of that ferry. So that was good timing. Sam has been fascinated with this building on the side, over on the side, the white one. We saw it when we were here a few years ago, and it's just beautiful. It's so different. So did you get enough pictures of that, Sam?
I don't know. I got a couple pictures of it. But...
We were over here on the other side of the train station. I don't know if you can make out Amsterdam that's on the top of the tiles there, but we were standing over there and he got some pictures yesterday. So.
And we are going to be hugging the Reds as we go up here. Eventually we'll make a turn to the port and enter a canal where there'll be a lock and a bridge, and on our way to Haarlem for a pump out and refueling.
Are you using Aqua Maps this morning?
No, I'm using the Water Carton, which is it's a great app. It has some limitations, but I have also exported all the routes over to Aquamap as well.
Now, I just showed you a picture of the tablet he's using, and you see a VHF radio there in the shot, but that is not our VHF radio. You want to talk about that, Sam?
Yeah, so when we were getting ready to do this, particularly with 3 boats, we all had handheld VHF radios, and I checked into the legality of using them here, and it is not like it is in the U.S. You have to take an online test, then you have to fill out an application, then you have to send them some money, which I expected, but then the real kicker was when you got here to the Netherlands, you had to schedule a interview or a practical test to be able to use the radio. So we left them behind, but one kind gentleman in Amsterdam that I met, was talking to about the locks and the bridges. He had an older radio, and he gave me the radio along with a charger and said, use it as you see fit. And I think we try to listen on it on channel 20, and a lot of the bridges are on channel 69 as well. So we were listening to it yesterday, and everything is in Dutch, so I don't think it's going to be quite useful at all. So we're relying on our burner phone that we have here. We got a SIM card, and so we will call the bridges on that because our T-Mobile and WhatsApp does not seem to be working quite as well. So armed with our burner phone, as we call it, with a local SIM card for the Netherlands, 10 euros for like 8 hours of talking, and I certainly hope I'm not talking through locks and bridges for 8 hours.
I'm sure they hope that too.
Cool.
Really love the architecture on this one. I'm going to zoom in. Those are wooden, looks like wooden beams that are curved. There's a few boats on this side, and then a much larger marina on the other side. And then this area looks so much like the Norfolk area, where there's all the industrial working on boats, Navy stuff. That's just what it reminds me of. The traffic's picking up a little bit. We've seen a lot more barges, but haven't seen anything sneak behind us yet. We've been this way when we were on our way to Zaandam, because I remember that orange marine. And there's a more modern windmill. We like the old style, of course. Just when we thought we owned the road, this thing comes out. So Sam stopped. Did you reverse at all? Just basically in neutral and held us back so he can get in front of us. Got some wildlife over here on the right hand side. So many ducks, little duck families. We have seen tons of swans in the area. We were going down that canal that way and found out they have diesel here. We have had trouble finding a place to get diesel, but the La Boat office found this place and we pulled in. Can you see that we are wedged in? We could not even get any further to get closer to the pump. Unfortunately, their pump out over there is broken, or we could have done both together at the same stop. But we feel very fortunate we were able to get fuel on the way.
Well, we just got fuel at a marina and backed out, and there is an Avalon cruise ship. We did the right thing and let them pass, and Rev and I took an Avalon cruise about almost 7 years ago. Oh, somebody's doing their laundry there, it looks like, right out on the balcony. That is a wonderful cruise line. There are many different cruise lines out there, and Viking, we've heard good things about that, but if we were going to go back, we would go back to an Avalon because it was just a great experience. We went all the way from Budapest to Amsterdam, and the great thing was is that, well, they couldn't get the last part of it because of low water, so they put us on a bus and in Cologne, and took us to Amsterdam. They put us up in a really nice hotel for a couple nights, and then they also comped us because they couldn't get us all the way there, so they really took care of their guests. Well, here's something you don't see in the US is a green nun. Yes, in this part of the world, the nuns are green, and of course we are following that Avalon ship, so you place the nuns on the right side in this part. Red right returning becomes nun right returning. That's the way that I remember it. So, a little bit different.
We just got to the lock, and that Avalon is going in. It looks too wide to fit in that lock. But it doesn't matter how it looks. He's going in. We watched him lift the bridge arm, and then he is inching his way slowly in. We do not know how big the drop is, or lift, whatever it is, because it all looks flat from what I can see on the other side. That would be awesome if it was flat. Then that boat would go through, and then we could go through. That little boat that was in front of us is tying up there on the side.
And I'm going to suggest that we tie up on the side.
Okay, all right.
This could be a while.
We're going to tie up on the side.
Going into the lock here, we're going to go for the left side because the wind's blowing us against that way. Rev, it might be better if you get the aft end first, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Here we are at our destination, Haarlem Yacht Club. Now, we had to get water in Amsterdam at Vinkeveen. We stopped along the way and got diesel at another marina. And now we're getting a pump out. So usually how we get water, pump out, and fuel at one stop, we've had 3 different stops that we've done. So, but who's complaining? It's just starting to rain. It clouded up on us. It was supposed to be sunny and 75 today, and it's about 68, cloudy, and sprinkling.
Well, it was a short, long day. It was a short ride, but a long day. It is 2:30, and a lot of stuff happened. We found out that this place didn't have fuel. So we were on the phone to the base. We found a place that had fuel. We went in there and found the fuel. That took some time. As we backed out, here comes an Avalon ship. And so we basically we got behind that ship. And the next thing we know, that ship is going through the lock. So we had to tie up for that. And once that ship was through, then we went through the lock. But here's what they don't tell you is you need a pin. And I was trying to read the Dutch, and I read pin, and my pea-brain said pin means, hey, bollard, that we're going to have to tie up on a bollard. No, it's you need a pin to be able to pay for the lock. So they had to stop the lock. We're in there with like 5 other boats. And they said, le boat, you must pay. And so Rev already had €350 in her pocket. And she went up there and pleaded that we don't have a pin, and gave the guy $350. And he said, next time you'll have to have the pin. And told us that yet there's another app that we'll need to get through Haarlem.
But PIN means a bank card, like a debit card to us.
Yes, exactly. You need a PIN. Well, so we're learning that. The next thing is we get to this marina, which was recommended to us by Le Boat because it had fuel and it had a pump out. Well, already told you didn't have fuel. So we got the fuel, and now we came into the marina harbor. And when we got in, the guy said the pump out is on the outside. So we had to turn this boat around and go out to the pump out. Got the pump out, and I think it was his first day, because I said, I've never pumped a boat out like this. And he said, neither have I. It's his first time. So I guess he's a new harbor master. So between the two of us, we got it. I got a little bit of spritz of stuff on me. So I think I'm going to burn these clothes and get into some other ones. But sanitized, and then tried to come back into the harbor. He told us what slip to go in, and we got the stern in, and it's too wide. Our stern was too wide to get into the slip. 2 poles there. So it's back outside the harbor and into a longer slip. Finally get into there and find out it is too far to walk to town. Hey, how about some bicycles? Well, I don't think we're up for the bicycles, so we're going to do an Uber. But in any case, we are still continuing to learn about what we need. We've got our burner phone. We're figuring out the locks and bridges. The water carton app, we're getting to be old hat on that. So now it's basically how to pay for the locks and bridges. So we got to pay for the slip, which was 24.75 euros, which kind of seems like a pretty good deal. And anyway, it would not take our charge card. So dispense some more cash. So we're on the hunt for how to get some more cash. And then I picked up this thing where it says welcome on it, and it says welcome in English, but when I got the 2 things out, it's all in Dutch. So, but there is this cute little map on that side, which I can read a map, whether it's in Dutch, Russian, English, Spanish. I'll read the map. See you next time on What Yacht to Do.